Okay, guys, this is Gorilla17. This is my friend Kyle.
Oh yeah.
Um, he will be kind of commentating on Paper Mario while I play it, I guess. Whatever. So, this little girl right here looks kind of like she's got a big blue wart, but she's supposed to be crying. And then, so she was really worried, but it doesn't look like the kid in the blue hat really gives a crap.
Just sort of chilling there, isn't he?
Yeah, I love how the Goombas bounce
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
just all the time.
Different. It's like they drank a gallon and a half of coffee before they walked on screen.
Yeah, pretty much.
I want to see that. I want to see a Goomba down a gallon and a half of coffee.
Bouncing all over the place. And then, so this guy, he's talking about studying self-defense by reading books by masters.
Good luck. He has to actually practice.
How
That's better.
how does a Goomba exercise? Does he bounce up and down like that? Are they constantly exercising?
Oh, that's some meditation. I must admit if that's the case.
I think those
Crunches,
might...
perhaps?
No, those are Goomba jumping jacks.
Oh, wow.
That makes sense now. So he's apparently as hard as a rock, according to his sister.
I'm not sure that's a compliment.
Wait, we're rapping?
Did that mean something else back when this game was released?
I guess so. We were rapping?
I'm tempted to actually give rapping a try, but since I know I can't.
So, in the Paper Mario games, you apparently put on badges and they give you superpowers.
Yeah. They didn't bring that back from Super Mario. I'm sad.
No, how did they do it in Super Paper Mario?
4 different characters, each one had different abilities.
That's right. Well, I mean, I kind of liked it, but
Yeah, it was good, but Thousand Year Door was the best so far.
yeah. That might be what I do next, because I actually have it on my computer.
I actually have a disc of it I got here recently. Start playing that.
Psh, I've got the hard copy over there, too.
That'll be a while before I do an RPG.
Yeah, I enjoy my RPGs. Take this hammer. I already got the hammer. I got it in the first place.
Yeah. Just
It's not like I intended to give it back.
don't piss off Odin, make him take it away.
Yeah. So what's with the Goomba's teeth?
Well, the evil ones have fangs, so maybe it's a
And
good one or they just chop them off, chop the pointy part off.
well, I mean, look at the girl. She's got one fang. So I
I don't know. So weird.
and they always look angry.
They do. Even Goombario is kind of like he's just stepped on something, like he smells something disgusting.
Except for the old guy, he looks high.
Yeah,
He
basically.
he looks really high.
Back in my day, bro.
Eh.
I doubt they did.
No, I don't want this kid on my team. He's a kid.
Yeah. What am I gonna do? Make him carry my luggage? Doesn't have any
No,
arms.
we're gonna throw him at people.
Okay.
That's the
Sorry.
better idea.
nothing else, you can take hits.
That's what I use my partners for most of the time. Oh, I've got a fire flower apparently that I didn't know I had.
Yeah, there's a place to pick one up. And I love how it goes to this massive tutorial for the badges and then doesn't actually equips it.
Yeah. I'm gonna save it so that if I die, then I'm not gonna have to go through the scene again.
Yeah.
Every time I swing my hammer, okay, it's not doing it now, but like every once in a while when I swing my hammer in a certain place, the game will like glitch out.
Oh, hit that tree.
Hit the tree?
Yeah, hit the tree.
Yay.
Yeah, that you mean?
Yeah.
And you can just keep beating on that thing to get those.
Yeah, die
Or
tree.
you have to like leave and come back.
Yeah.
Still, that's really useful early on.
Boing, boing, boing. Yeah.
Okay, now we got full FP restoration, whatever it needs.
How am I sucking at the platforming part of an RPG?
First, you gotta consider that statement. How many RPGs have platforming?
This game does. You did see my other episodes, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Where I managed to fall.
Yes, that was
What I dislike about this one is that there are no reaction commands.
Yeah, those were cool. And your partners don't have HP, so if they take it, they're just out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course, French partners only had like 10 HP in the scene one, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the Thousand Year Door, you can like beef them up and crap.
Yeah. Plus, you know, you get a Yoshi in 1000 Year Door. It's always a plus.
Of course, Yoshis are awesome.
However, the Goomba part would just never get very good.
No, the Goombas can only attack from above, so...
Kind of. Although, you max out Goombario, he can do some pretty solid damage.
Yeah.
Like, very late in the game. Sad. Especially when you got a couple of the others who outdeal him as soon as they join the party.
Yeah. And then... No, so... Interesting story. I was playing this one RPG. Lost Odyssey.
I've heard of it. I haven't actually gotten a chance to play it yet, though.
And it starts out as one of those games where you can just kind of keep the same people throughout. And then you get to this part where you have to use all of your characters. And some of them were still at the level from when they started.
Ouch.
So, I had to restart the 4-disc RPG.
What disc were you on?
Third one.
Ouch.
I had to restart from the first disc.
It's one of the things I liked about Final Fantasy VIII. It kept that from happening.
Yeah.
It's the way the level system worked.
I like level systems that keep stuff like that from happening. Like, trying to think of one. Well, I know the one in 12 did not.
I don't know much. I didn't get that far into 12, though.
I enjoyed 12.
The gameplay was alright, but I couldn't stand the voice acting. That's like when the Rip Vaughn's throw it out.
Vaughn was the absolute worst.
Well, the thing about that is, Bosch was originally supposed to be the main character.
Yes, I heard that, and I love Bosch.
Yeah, that's some corporate jackass in a suit who doesn't know anything about game design came down and said, "Oh, you gotta make this. You gotta have a young character versus the main character."
I would have been fine if either Balthier or Bosch had been the main characters.
Yeah, more Bosch than Balthier because he was less annoying.
Yeah, Balthier always thinks he's the main character.
If nothing else, it's a source of amusement. These two.
Here we go. So, what is Nintendo's obsession with brothers? I've always wanted to know that.
It really only crops up in this game, in this series, so...
Well, I mean, it crops up in other series too, like in Zelda, you've got Ingo and Talon. Which
True,
are...
but they weren't deliberately designed as XPs of Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
But even then, it crops up much more prominently in the Mario games than any of the others.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a point? Why is it so prominent?
Well, I mean, I guess I can understand. It's kind of a comedic effect with that and the mustaches.
True. Also, for some reason I've never understood, I like Luigi a lot more than Mario.
Well, Luigi has a personality,
No, there's that.
so Mario doesn't. His personality doesn't exist, and I forgot to tattle that guy.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, this is the only thing in these games that I'm a completionist about. Yes.
I tell them. I sometimes am, sometimes not. Depends on if I'm,
Yeah.
just playing through. It's okay. I felt like I want to play before, or if I, want to beat Paper Mario.
Yes. So, the hardest boss for me in Thousand Year Door was definitely Cortez. Have you not gotten very far in it yet?
I've beaten it. Cortez was fun, but the hardest boss out of the main storyline for me was actually somewhat surprisingly the I cannot remember what that thing's called. The one from the second area, the giant robot.
I remember he wasn't very hard for me when I first fought him, but in the second time you fight him in the final, like, the moon stage,
Yeah.
then he's hard.
Yeah. Although, hands down, the hardest boss fight has got to go to Shaggy Blue Tail.
Yeah.
And it gets like the worst reward in history. Although when you think about it, it kind of makes sense.
Yep. I should have probably healed. But
I think
whatever.
there's a heal block coming up.
Yeah. I've never actually beaten this game, surprisingly.
I have. It's got a ridiculously fun final boss fight.
Yeah.
And some of the side quests are completely worth it. Not so much the main one, that's just tedious.
I remember the side quests in Thousand Year Door never really felt like they were worth it.
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Yeah, they normally felt really half-baked.
Okay, there should be a item right outside here. I think walk right outside here, or you could be in some serious trouble.
I've got a mushroom, though.
In that case, you're good.
Yeah.
Plus, there's a way to do massive amounts of damage to this boss right off the gate.
I hate it when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, but still.
So, I played this Lord of the Rings game that was a traditional RPG.
Third Age on the PS2 or GameCube.
PS2, was it called Third Age?
Hmm.
I
What
was
game?
I
Sort of.
was like 6, and it was my uncle's game. My uncle got me into gaming like completely
It's a fun game, but it gets
repetitive.
a lot slow towards the end, yeah. Also, the final boss fight makes no freaking sense whatsoever. Just randomly wandering out the field and suddenly you're fighting Sauron. Wow.
So we're gonna beat. Let's go ahead and use my fire flower.
The other thing you could have done is, you may still be able to do it actually, is hit that tree on the hammer.
Ah. Ouch. Well,
Yeah,
first,
let's go pull it off now then.
I need to heal.
Yeah, because you kind of dying.
Yep. Yay. Well, I would have survived that, but whatever.
And he's there. Perhaps he'll bounce on the ground, drop another net on himself.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Which one? Which one? Which one?
HP is the most important early on, I would say. Since you don't get that many badges right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Ah.
That was just
That's random.
okay.
I
we should
think-
probably
Yeah.
trade that.
This is about the end anyway. We're reaching the 20-minute mark, I think.
Okay.
So, we're gonna save state that.
Alright.
And we're done.
Alright.